Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we'll be diving into the meat of the Chevelle Restomod build. I'll be pulling out the original powertrain, talking about what's going in its place. The original powertrain consists of a 307 cubic inch small block V8 and a 2-speed automatic transmission known as the Powerglide. Considering that this car is 52 years old, this powertrain is in phenomenal shape. The transmission shifts great, and the engine sounds good too. There's no abnormal noises, there's no excessive smoking. Of course, everything has its fluid leaks, but that's to be expected. I know her grandparents always had the car serviced with Valvoline products, so when we got the car, I actually started running VR1 racing oil just for the added protection. However, for what we want to do with this car and the vision of the build, all of this needs to come out for something that's more usable on a daily basis and something that's more appropriate for extended highway use. This is going to be a special build. Like I've talked about in the past few episodes, what we have here is a 69 Malibu 4-door sedan that used to belong to my wife's grandma. We've had the car for a while now and have always wanted to bring it up to today's standards with classic looks and modern underpinnings. So all you have to do is just get in, turn the key, go, take it on a long trip, whatever, and just not have to worry about it. That being said, with this series, I'm working with a number of partners to help bring this vision to a reality. Original Parts Group is sponsoring the restoration side of this build, while O'Reilly Auto Parts and Valvoline are focusing more on powertrain and driveline components. QA1 is working with me on the suspension. I'm also working with BF Goodrich, Classic Performance Products, Dakota Digital, and Second Skin Automotive Insulation. Together with the support of you all watching the series, we're going to have a whole lot of fun with this one. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. To try to keep things as simple as possible, I'm going to pull the engine and transmission out as one piece and remove as little stuff as possible. Since everything that you see here is coming out and pretty much not going back in, there's no sense in wasting a whole bunch of time on nitpicky disassembling, except when it comes to the core support, but I'll worry about that later. I'm going to pull the core support next and leave the radiator, condenser, headlight buckets, and all of that stuff attached. All I have to do is undo the frame mounts, pull the wire harness, and drain the coolant. Now with that out of the way, I'll work on disconnecting the fuel lines and the power steering hoses. While I'm up here, I'm going to go ahead and unbolt the motor mounts, then we can start tackling stuff underneath. At this point, the engine and transmission mounts have been unbolted, the drive shaft is out. Now I gotta figure out how to undo the shift linkage and take care of some wires up top, and we should be able to pull this thing. Okay, everything should be undone now. I went ahead and got the carburetor out of the way and took off that spacer plate. Now I just gotta mount the lift plate to the intake manifold and hoist her out. Alright, the old powertrain is out, now the real fun can begin. The next step will be test fitting the new powertrain to make sure everything fits, just in case there's any modifications necessary before we get too heavy into the bodywork. What you see here is a 6.0 LQ9 V8. It's an LS-based truck motor, so iron block, aluminum heads, and the truck intake. There's also a 4L80E 4-speed automatic transmission. Now, this is not the exact setup that's going into the Chevelle. I have a completely brand new setup with a whole bunch of goodies that I want to show you guys in just a moment, but this is the setup that I'll be using to actually test fit, to make all the modifications and all that good stuff before I go throw all of the new stuff in the car. But I have different plans for this particular setup later on, but it's going to be really nice because it's already in the old shop and it'll be really easy to test fit with. Alright everyone, here is the new engine for the Chevelle. Let's go ahead and unwrap it. This is technically a 6-liter LQ4. The LQ9s from the factory had flat top pistons, a slightly higher compression ratio, which gave them a bit more power than the LQ4, but for our purposes, LQ9, LQ4, it really doesn't matter. I ordered this engine from O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's an ATK performance engine. It has an upgraded cam, nothing too crazy, but it will yield a good bit more power than it would have from the factory and good usable power on the street. Part number for this is Ep.5. I will say the engine presents itself very well. The cylinder heads are painted, the block is painted, everything is very clean. I don't have the crate that it was shipped in anymore, but it was all very well put together. It comes with a full gasket set, all of the break-in instructions, recommended fluids and pump, and just all sorts of stuff. I actually found this lift plate on Amazon, which is pretty sweet. It helps you distribute the force across the valley of the engine, but of course, this is just the beginning. This is the long block. Now let me show you some of the components that are going to go on it to complete the whole picture. I'm not going to show every single little thing that I have for the engine because I do plan on filming a dedicated assembly video where I put all of the various things on the engine. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Keep an eye out for that. This will just give you a bit of a snapshot on what my plans are. I'm going to be using a lot of stuff from Holley because I've had good luck with their stuff in the past, and they make really, really nice products and have just a tremendous LS catalog. Like for example, this is their LS retrofit oil pan, which makes it easier to swap these engines into older vehicles because it gives you some extra clearance. I have a set of matching valve covers over here. They have angled coil mounts to clean things up a bit. These are the tall version. They have both standard height and tall height, depending on what kind of valve train you're running. I didn't need the tall ones, but I liked the look, so I went ahead and got that. This, though, will be the pièce de résistance. This is their high-rise fabricated intake manifold, which just looks spectacular. It'll have a 90mm throttle body on the front. I also have a matching valley plate and timing cover. This, which it's all in the box right now, but all of everything will be controlled with a Terminator X computer system. Self-learning EFI, tons of tunability. It's just going to be an amazing setup. I am pumped. Now that's what I'm talking about. Here's everything else I want to show you for the moment. What you see here is a complete serpentine and pulley system from Eddy Motorsports. This stuff is not cheap, and it's probably one of the biggest splurge purchases I've done so far on this build. It's a complete kit to deck out the whole front of the engine with absolutely everything you need. From the water pump to the AC compressor, a high output alternator, the balancer, all of the pulleys, hardware, just everything. Thermostat neck. Just awesome. And everything is specifically designed for this kit to where once it's all on the engine, it's very tight knit to the block. Some of the LS serpentine systems put like some of the accessories off to the sides and it makes the engine look super wide in front. I'm really not a fan of that look, but this stuff, again, nice and tight. It's gonna look very, very clean. Plus, you can order these in a variety of finishes, and since I'm going with the black theme, I got what they call the Raven finish. It's like a satin gloss, I suppose, but it's gonna look so good. I'm not quite ready for the transmission yet, and it's still wrapped in the plastic, so I'm gonna leave it as it is for the moment, but I ordered this from Hughes Performance. It's a 4L80E, but it's been significantly beefed up to handle more power. It'll probably handle a lot more power than what this engine will end up making, but it's still gonna be quite nice and match everything perfect. It's finished in black. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all are as excited as I am to dive further into this project. It's been a long time coming, that's for sure. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the other projects, the S10 and the 240SX. I had to put everything else on hold while the new shop was being built, but it should not be too long before we can dive back into some of that stuff as well and hopefully get some projects finished, because I really want to put my main focus on the Chevelle for the rest of this year. So of course I gotta finish other things first. But anyway, I'll keep you guys up to date on all of that. Be sure to leave a like down below. It really helps the video a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so, because there's always a lot more content where that came from. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.